to return to open session from executive session and that no decisions were made. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Turn your mics off and turn them off.
All right. So now we're back in open session. I would like to make a motion that we offer Marshall Atherton a full-time paramedic job at a rate of $17.25 effective January 1.
Second.
All right, I have a motion by myself, seconded by Mike, to approve hiring Marshall Atherton from part-time to full-time as a paramedic at a rate of $17.25. He's already employed with us, so the hiring requirements are met. Is there any discussion on that hire at EMS? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. And I would like to mention that we did have a person submit his notice of resignation in that Jeremiah Montgomery, is that right? And anyway, he'll be working until the 28th, and we wish him the best. And anyway, Mr. Atherton will be moving into a paramedic position. All right, that's good. All right.
I'll make a motion.
Any discussion on the maintenance?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to hire Daniel Cole for the maintenance position at a rate of $22 an hour.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Will, seconded by Zach, to hire Daniel Cole as a maintenance position at a rate of $22 an hour, effective January 1, January 2,
January 1.
1st of January. All right, any discussion?
Yes, that's fine, but I still think we ought to offer the other guy the same thing. And then if he says no, then this guy's a shoo-in. If they both say yes, then we can still hire this guy. But I think we ought to give him the benefit of the doubt. He did put an application in. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, they both did.
They both
They
did.
both put in
Then
applications.
we interviewed both of them.
So, but, all right, any other discussion on this? All right, Mr. Clerk, if you don't mind, would you call the roll, please?
Squire Stone.
Yes.
Squire Ferris.
No.
Squire Eldridge.
Yes.
Judge Travis.
Yes.
Squire Travis.
No.
Squire Cox.
Yes.
All right, the motion passes 4-2. We will offer Daniel Cole the job as per, and then you have to meet all the hiring requirements. So motion passes.
I would like to make a motion that we hire and create a new job position in the judge's office as administrative assistant, and we hire Karen Clark in there at hourly rate of $25 an hour, part-time.
And then she meet all hiring requirements.
Meet all hiring requirements.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion by Zach, seconded by Dan, that we hire Karen Clark for administrative assistant in the judge's office, part-time,
To be effective immediately.
effective immediately, that she meets all hiring requirements at a rate of $25 an hour, again, part-time. All right, any more discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. We got that taken care of. All right, now, next on the agenda is Brittany and her presentation.
Well put together presentation, I'd like to say.
Yes, my 2 pages here. So I am attempting to fix a problem that we have with our benefits. Currently, our payroll system conflicts with what the personnel policy says. And I'll just run through this really quick. Employees with less than 1 year of service cannot see their time on their pay stub. Anytime an employee who has been here less than a year needs to know how much time they have to call us. Doug and I count the number of months that they have been there. We multiply it by 4 sick, 4 personal. We run a report to see how much time that they have already used, and then we deduct it and we give them that number. Obviously, that's not efficient. It's not a good use of anyone's time, and it leads to discrepancies. Number 2, the personnel policy awards time on February 1st, which the payroll system is not capable of. They made this change a few years ago from January 1st to February 1st to try to solve a problem that would potentially only happen every 4 years. It's a silly thing to do, in my opinion. So we need to go ahead and correct that January 1st because that is what the system can do. We can't take another date, unfortunately. Number 3, we offer more benefits than the payroll system can track. So payroll system is limited to tracking 4 components: sick leave, vacation, personal, and holiday time. Comp time, however, needs to be monitored separately using an Excel spreadsheet. Employees are required to contact us to inquire about their time, and Doug and I manually calculate it. Again, not a great system, leads to discrepancies.
Question.
Yes.
It seems like all this revolves around a computer program that can't do what we need to do. Have you looked into a different program that would do all this?
Even if we found another program, and we did look into it, we had ADP come in and they talked about having to put in time clocks. And it was going to be a bigger hassle to have to make that transition and install and train everyone on those time clocks than it would be to just change the personnel policy, to be quite honest with you. If that's an avenue that you all want to go down, we certainly can, but it will be a massive undertaking and does something like that.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, if everything resets on the first day of January,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Can it reset on the second day of January
No.
to make sure that you have a person that comes back to work? I mean, that's the way the company worked the way Toyota worked. You gotta work a day for the following year before you got the benefits for that year.
And no, unfortunately, I cannot pick any other day. So what ends up happening is that in December, so now, and this is why this is coming up now, I have to disable everyone's benefits in December and then re-enable them on February 1st. Otherwise, the payroll system will automatically populate in everyone's time. So if I have an employee that's terminated or leaves at some point in January, technically when they left, they would see all this time that I had to argue. I'm like, well, I'm taking this time back because you don't actually get it until February 1st. And the system populated it in January 1, but you don't actually get it. And that's kind of the rush behind pushing this through now. If we don't get it passed today, that's fine. We can address it again in a year because I don't want to have to go back in and take everyone's time away because they will not get it. So, there are several options that we can do here. You can, number 1, consolidate sick and personal time down to paid time off. This will open up a slot in the payroll system that will enable us to track comp time. And then they would be able to see this time on their pay stubs moving forward. Number 2, award vacation time on January 1st. Time is currently being awarded on February 1st. 3, accrual of PTO leave will be on a monthly basis as opposed to being granted for use specifically on February 1st. So new employees will be able to see how much time they had from the first day in the first month. They won't have to call me, they won't have to do anything. It would already be on their pay stub as for personal, whatever they have for every month that they're there. 3, we are presenting that we could increase the PTO leave from 96 hours to 120 to accommodate for bereavements.
Now, this is an additional benefit to our employees. When we had a meeting with all the supervisors, that was one thing that they brought up is we don't have bereavement time. So basically, we're adding 3 days to folks' paid time off in case they have a death that they need to attend to.
So you're saying we need to do, the best thing to do right now is to do all 4 of these things?
So you have 2 options here. Now, Zach and I, we did discuss this earlier, and he had some concerns over paying out sick time. Currently, we do not pay out sick time. If you rolled everything into PTO, employees will be able to take that time with them. Some people think that that's the cost of doing business, but that's not up to me. That's up to you all. So, what Zach suggested, and I'll let you guys read over this, but basically is to leave the sick policy the way that it is and then to track comp time as personal time. So
I think
basically.
that's a good idea.
It was. I'm getting it. But we could do it that way, and then your vacation time would still need to be populated in January 1, and then the rest of your time would still need to be on a monthly basis.
Right.
But that's up to you. Then if you did not do that, if you said, we're gonna leave sick time the way that it is, we're gonna track comp as personal time, then that means, you know, we can't pay out comp time at the end of the year like we already do, because it'll be lumped into personal. So we need to cap how much personal they can roll over every year.
And I came up with, well, we came up with capping everything at 500 hours, so, you know, we've got a employee that's been here and required 120 hours of vacation time, personal time a year. That would be 380 hours of comp time a year, and 500 hours of public.
Was that a lot?
We currently pay out all comp time at the end of the year.
What's generally like the greatest amount of comp time that you're paying?
500 hours is what just comp.
I don't, so that we got somebody that we're paying out 500 hours right now, comp time?
It wouldn't typically be paid out on points like that, no, because they use it as like a savings account. So they'll call us at Christmas time and they'll say, I need a 40-hour comp check, or they call us, you know.
They use it as a bank.
So, under your proposal, which put the comp time and the personal time together, it would still be, you could only cash out $500, right? 500 hours.
Yeah, at a time.
Okay.
And you can roll over how much a year? You can roll over as much as you want, as long as you're not at 500 hours?
That's correct. We would have to pay out anything over 500, and I do think that we need to break that down a little bit. Currently, for personal time, it's 96. So anything over 96 hours gets paid out, and all of comp time gets
And
paid
I
out.
in this proposal, or whatever, I want to do that in our point,
Right. So how you got to word that in the motion?
Well,
Let her keep. You
On
got
the
any
floor?
more?
I don't think that I do. I think what I'm looking for is for the anniversary date, award to be January 1st instead of February 1st. I'm looking for personal and sick time to be prorated on a monthly basis. And I don't know how much you want to do there. Leave it at 4 sick and,
I'm fine with what you have there. I mean, I don't see it. I mean, if you're fine with that.
I'm-
Like I said earlier, when I went into your office, I want to make this easier on you all. So, you know, I was just, my only thing was, is the sick time. My biggest thing is it's a benefit from working here.
Page 27, it's basically those four things.
it is these 4 things, but you are changing it where you're not consolidating it down anymore.
I think we should add bereavement pay at 96 hours of personal time, that's 12 days. Plus your vacation,
You get, vacation is
depending on
varies.
years of service.
Yes, and I didn't think that there is a breakdown of that.
There is in there. So, but, I mean, 12 personal days,
Sounds a little,
Well,
that's a lot.
that's sick and personal. So you
Yeah,
get
but that's
48
even,
sick and
that's
48
still a lot.
plus.
and that's a sick,
however-
like you don't have to have a note for a sick, right?
Well, on the second, if
You're gone
you're
2
sick,
days.
of course, everyone that doesn't come to work has to call their supervisor. I'm taking a personal day, or you need to say, I'm taking a personal day next week. And we have to arrange it to where we can get the work done still. Of course, if you're sick, you know, you wake up sick, you don't know you're sick the day before. But on the 3rd day, you have to have a doctor's note.
How does the 96 hours personal and sick time occur? Like, how do you get that?
You mean
Monthly.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, right now, you get it on February 2nd, right?
So you get 96 hours immediately for personal.
No, I'm sorry, that's how much you can carry over. Oh, year over year over
So
year.
how do they get that right now?
They just don't take, are you?
Is it like years of service, like if you're here for
No,
just like vacation?
everybody gets 48 sick and 48 personal on February 1st.
48 hours?
Yeah, it's 96. You get 96 hours on February 1st, boom, it's yours.
half of it's sick, half of it's personal.
So that's 12 days.
Boom, February 2nd. But this will make it populate monthly.
But that's why you see a lot of your employees when they resign, their last day is February
Cashing
2nd.
out. Well, I agree with the monthly
So
part.
this is gonna change it to where it accrues monthly.
That's correct.
I think you need to do that,
The
yeah.
only problem you run into, I worked a job like that one time, like if you got planned trips, you know, January 2nd, you're gonna have people come in and say, I always just said I didn't wanna be paid. You know, I just take off and keep my vacation. In the place I work for, they were fine with that. But you're gonna have people that wanna go, and the company I work for will let you go negative. Are you gonna let people go negative? Because if you got a vacation plan, you know, January 15th, do you expect them not to get paid?
Well, we are still gonna be awarding vacation, so this is just gonna apply to sick and personal.
Oh, so
Yeah.
vacation, you're gonna get January 1st if you've been here 5 years and it's 2 weeks.
Yes, you'll still get your
Well, I think
vacation.
that solves that problem.
And I don't have a problem at all if someone has a vacation plan and they don't have vacation days that they work without pay. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Well, a lot of companies, like I said, when it goes monthly, they'll let you go negative, like, you know, 20 hours or whatever you set.
And we have done that, you know, in the
Yeah.
past. And we did briefly discuss a policy that would be in place, you know, for employees that have been here over a year to approve vacation time for this year until it could level out. But then we found out that we could actually award them separately.
Yeah.
So, and
I think that my biggest thing is,
Of course, we was out in Mount Washington, I mean, if you wanna take a trip in January, you just didn't take as much time off in the year before, so you could roll over that, you know,
I guess that.
so you'd be ready to go, you know, you'd already
I
have.
make sure to take all my vacation.
Well, well, we had enough, you know,
We couldn't roll over.
we had a couple of weeks, you know, but instead of taking 2 weeks vacation like this year, if I was gonna do something in January, then I'd just take 1 week vacation, then I'd roll over.
How many hours can they roll over?
240 vacation, 96 personal, 500 sick is how much it's currently you can roll over.
That's a lot, that's pretty
And
good.
all of your comp time has
So
to be
saying,
paid
I
out at the
don't
end of the
see a
year.
problem with I'm not a fan of the going negative, because they could roll over so much that like,
Yeah.
there's no reason why somebody shouldn't be able to take off if they want to come
And
January,
they could
February.
work more in
I
the
think-
comp that time.
The only thing I have an issue with is going 96 to 120 in that contract. But you get plenty of days.
Well,
Count those as bereavement days, or 3 of them.
and I mean, the only reason we're at it, I mean, again, this is trying to help the employees.
I agree with that.
That they brought up that
They're getting took care of pretty good.
we used to have bereavement and now we don't.
Figure it up, it's like 60-some days altogether.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be up. Just, if you wanna call 3 of them 12 days bereavement days, and, you know, they're not,
Now,
someone ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but
when they did this in 2018, they cut bereavement from the personal policy and rolled that back into personal time.
so it's already in
And
there.
So it's already in there.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need to add it,
I don't
because that's
think you need to
plenty
add
of
it.
days.
Well, everyone forgot, and that's been the number one complaint when we discussed the personnel policy. And even still, when I added it back in, I got complaints on how I had added it back.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, my opinion is.
everybody's always
You
been
can add
complaining
3 of
that
them
they
days
don't
to
get enough
it.
days off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's,
That's pretty
If you
bad.
don't complain about your job, then it's not a job, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if someone, that 96 hours, you know, mainly for funerals, I take it, you know, people are off for a funeral, okay, if they don't use all of that, do they get to keep what's left?
They get to keep, I mean, we always pay it out, no one loses it. So even if somebody hits the threshold in which they can roll over into the next year, Doug just pays that out. You know, Louisville Metro, my husband, he can carry over 480 vacation hours, and at the end of the year, if he's got 500, they take it. You know, we don't do that, we pay it out either way. But we can't allow employees to accumulate these mass amounts over, let's say, you know, you're a Keith Whitehouse, you've been here 25 years, you've never taken a day off, and you leave, and suddenly there's a $50,000 hit to the budget because we have continued to allow time to accrue.
We definitely need to remediate that.
Well, you know,
How many hours
you
you
know,
got on the books right now?
when I worked for the Louisville Fire Department, sick leave, we could, if we didn't take off sick, we could accumulate as much sick leave as we had and roll it over every year. And when I retired, like $7,000 of sick leave, I got paid a lump sum for it, so.
Well, and that's the thing with sick
They
time.
took all that away, Jim.
Everyone milks their sick time first. You can't take sick time with you when you leave here, and you can't get paid out for it. So if somebody's come up short at the end of the month for whatever reason, they can call us and they can cash out their vacation time, they can cash out their personal time, they can cash out their comp time. They cannot cash out their sick time. And so if somebody knows that they're leaving, what you'll start seeing is they're sick a lot. They, you know, they're sick maybe 2 days in a row, then they take a personal day. 2 days in a row, they take a personal day.
Well, I think we go to this monthly thing. What she says, we leave it at 96 hours. Do everything else is different.
Well, are you gonna combine your sick and your personal together to create a PTO time, or are you gonna combine your sick and your personal comp in to create a PTO time?
Sick and personal together would do comp separate. Isn't that what you said?
No.
Well, this one has retained the current sick policy was this.
Basically, they wouldn't be getting their sick time paid out. And I'm not trying to harp on nobody, but I mean, that's what the state was when I worked up there, and that's what the county was when I worked here. You didn't get paid out your sick time unless you worked here.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I would roll, there's nothing wrong with it. What they're doing with what she's proposing is rolling their sick and the personal together, and then they would get paid the sick out. What I'm proposing, to say the same thing, is rolling the personal and the comp together in the PTO time, all that number's paid out.
So personal and comp gets paid out sick count?
Yes.
Well, I don't see no problem with
Yeah,
that.
I like that. I like that. I'm sorry, I had it backwards. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's fair to everybody, really.
Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Solves
It would
all
be
our
taxed
problems.
separately.
That's the idea I came up with today, that she
For
said she
today.
made an admit that I was right on.
January 1 for vacation time, and then accruing your sick and personal on a monthly basis.
We'll have a sick leave executive session, special call meeting tomorrow.
No, I ain't.
So, are we ready to make a motion?
I think so.
I'll let you make it, Zach, since you,
Yeah, you have good hand.
I don't know. All right, I make a motion that we switch everything over to the January 1 policy, and we consolidate personal and comp time down into one PTO category. Make everything appear bi-monthly.
And keep sick as it's sick
And
time
keep
as
it
it
as
is.
So
I
your,
second that.
your sick and your personal would be accrued monthly, 4 hours sick, 4 hours personal every single month.
so, do you need to add in there that we're gonna leave the PTO to 96 hours, or?
It's 4 sick and 4 personal.
That's
That's
what
what
it
they
is
would
right
do.
now, yeah.
And the 4 hours sick, 4 hours personal, accrued month goes on the first of each month.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we need to add in there, unless we're in motion, do we need to add in there that we're capping the PTO time at 500 hours?
Currently have it at 96, so I mean, you probably need to up it, you know, maybe, I don't know, 200 or 300. I don't know if 500 is necessary, but.
I'm just saying PTO, that'd be the combination of your comp and your personal.
Mhm.
So it'd be 380, so it'd be a little less than that now.
It's however much you want to allow to roll over every single.
It'd be a little bit more comp, so you take 500 and you take away 96.
Make sure you carry it along.
Yeah.
Square root of 4.
We want to make sure that we limit it to 500 hours, is all the personal PTO time.
Yes.
That can be carried over.
Where do we come up with the 500 number though?
500 is what sick was, what is, it'll stay that way. 96 is what personal was, but we are also not going to be cashing out comp time at the end of the year anymore. So you need to accommodate for the fact that you're going to have all of these hours that could potentially still be sitting there at the end of the year. Like I said, most of them, they take their time automatically, but there's always the chance that someone could take all of their comp time and hoard it.
I was gonna say, yeah, because
You need to
I
put-
think
you
it needs
need
to be
to
at $500.
what you, I mean, you know,
put- Well, then, I
You're
mean, the
making
state,
$20
the
an
state,
hour.
they
now,
cap it
you're
to
making
250 hours.
$30 an hour 5 years from now.
It's 96 a year, right?
Just went up $10.
It's 96 for the sick,
Is what you accrue a year.
yes.
And that's kind of always been our argument as well, that, you know, when there's a big snow episode in January, February, March, they accrue all of this comp time, and then in July, everyone gets pay raise, and congratulations, your time turned into.
And they start using their time when it's worth more.
Yep. So, it's obviously not a ton of money, but that's why you have to cap it at a reasonable amount, so that if somebody worked, you know, this year and then got a $3 pay raise maybe next year, they don't have a ton of time.
You're talking about the comp.
Yeah,
And what, and how much that they getting you?
that is what they.
Oh, well, that's how much they work, that's a stupid question.
Yeah.
I mean, but
You need to put a cap on it.
$500 is a lot.
It needs to be a cap, yeah.
I think you could probably lower it down to maybe
I think like 300.
300.
I was thinking 300.
250, well, actually, like 245 and a half or something, is what the state road department does. They're like 250, they call it busting the block, you put it at 250.
Yeah, once you hit it, I mean, you just start getting paid for your time.
You just automatically just rolls over to being, you pay overtime.
Nobody's out.
Somebody's out.
How many employees actually had $500, you know, at the end of the year, comp time? Does anybody
No
accumulate
one.
that much?
No one.
No.
Let's just call it 250, so
Let's go 250.
250
Well, then my motion that we
6
change
an hour.
the comp time from $500 down to 250 comp out.
You getting all this for it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna repeat back the order,
Gets
I'm not going back to the question. All right,
Wait, hold on,
so,
before you repeat, are we capped with the PTO still?
Those PTO stuff.
PTO's rolled in with the comp time.
It's monthly.
And the sick?
Yeah.
The
Sick
six
is
is
same,
500.
No more questions?
So we're gonna leave sick capped at 500?
No.
People use the sick first.
Yeah, I see
So,
what you're
I mean,
saying.
no one's ever.
That's
gonna
never a
get
problem,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
They're gonna burn that if they don't get paid out.
They don't get to carry it forward.
That's the first thing you do.
And you all are told, and, you know, even if I amended the motion and brought up about the bereavement, you all are done with the bereavement, pretty much.
Yes.
The employees are well taken care of in the vacation and sick, in my opinion.
Okay,
I'd love to have that kind of thing. I ain't got none.
all right, so,
all right.
You need to come work with Ken.
Yeah.
is the motion, as I understand it, to approve the
Yeah.
proposed changes listed on 29 through 31 of the
Other than,
packet,
other than.
and incorporating the changes as listed and as follows. To switch the date, that the time starts on,
January
from February 1st to January 1st, 2024,
For vacation.
for vacation. Consolidate personal and comp time to be under the umbrella paid time off PTO. Keep sick time policy as is, right? And your accrued 4 hours of sick, 4 hours of personal monthly, starting at the first of each month. And then a cap on
Comp time.
Into personal time.
comp/PTO time. Instead of the 500 to 250 hours. Okay.
And
And that, any amount exceeding that at the end of the year will be compensated to the employee monetarily.
And I will send you the pretty colored up
Yeah,
paper.
we'll incorporate those changes in the markup, so.
All right, we got a motion by Zach that included, everything that Zach said
Second by Mike.
in that motion, seconded by Mike. Any discussion on this? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much, Brittany, for the presentation. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
You gotta pay the bill, or we done did that.
Oh, we done
Motion to
that.
adjourn.
Paid bills.
Second.
All right, have a motion by Will, seconded by Zach to adjourn. All in favor say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.